We can see here reasons why FEMA is making such a mess of it. It's because you've got incompetent bureaucrats driven by twisted ideologies. And yet, that is not the full story. Here's what I mean. Here's David Axelrod talking on his podcast about Asheville, North Carolina. He begins by noting, A, that Asheville, North Carolina is smarter and wealthier than the surrounding parts of the state that were hit by the hurricane. He says because Asheville is smarter and wealthier, those voters will still show up for Kamala Harris. And so his point is the hurricane is going to help Kamala Harris. Why? Because Trump voters are likely to be so devastated that they are forced to stay home or they feel compelled to stay home. The Kamala voters will come out anyway because they're smarter and wealthier. And so here you begin to see a very malevolent motive for not trying to restore North Carolina back to a situation of normalcy. Why? Because North Carolina, even though it's a red state, I would call it a reddish state. Obama won that state in 2008. He might even have won it in 2012. I'm not sure simply from memory. But the point is North Carolina is unlikely for the Democrats to win, but Trump won it pretty narrowly in 2020. And so this could be part of a really devilish stratagem, a devilish schema by FEMA, if I can use a sort of pun here, to suppress the Republican vote in North Carolina. I know that it seems degraded to think of our politics this way, but is there any other way to think about it these days? I don't think so. These institutions, from the CDC to the NIH to now FEMA, have earned our distrust. And so thinking about things this way, looking, for example, at the lowest possible motive, is nothing more, nothing short of a certain kind of political realism.